Hello people of the internet, I am that guy that does movie reviews, and today I'm going to be reviewing, just quickly, A Dog's Purpose. So, A Dog's Purpose has been met with a lot of controversy. Yeah, because I guess the internet got freaked out because they thought that they were hurting dogs when they were filming it, but no, they weren't. It was all proved a hoax. They're good. The dogs are okay. But not the people who watched this movie. No, this was a terrible. I don't want to say it was terrible, but it wasn't good. So I'm just gonna do a quick review, and then after I do this review, I'm going to I want to do like a little bit of a pitch. I want to pitch you my version of A Dog's Purpose. I hope you guys will enjoy that. But yeah, I don't know. I felt this movie had great potential. I really liked the premise, but I felt that I don't know, it just wasn't executed well. So, what should I talk about? Yeah, this movie it wasn't well directed. The acting wasn't good. I like Britt Robertson. I'm pretty sure his name is I don't know. She was in Tomorrowland. I think she was in one of the Nicholas Sparks movies last year. Yeah, I mean, acting wasn't that good. It wasn't well paced. There's a lot of cheap cries. There's kind of like I mean, if you've seen the trailer, you know that essentially what it's about is a dog basically has the power to, every time he dies, he'll come back as a different dog. And so, after he dies with his first owner, he has a couple lives, and the climax, it's not a spoiler, it's in the trailer, the one they've been showing all over TV. In the climax, he ends up meeting up with his first owner, and it's like a heartfelt, this movie is trying to be a feel-good movie, but my family was sitting there crying the whole movie. I'm not sure why you're trying to be a feel-good movie with a fun message when a dog dies every 30 minutes. Like, no. So I will say there was a couple things I didn't like about this movie. There was a couple portions that I was like, hey, that's funny, that's adorable. There was a couple parts that were quite funny. I laughed a couple times. But just because I laughed doesn't mean it's a good movie. It just had some funny moments. It's a lot of slapstick, a lot of fart jokes, and stupid humor. I'm not a big fan of stupid humor in my opinion, but you do you, boo. You do you. But yeah, I think this, like I said, a short review, and so my grade will be like a D+. I mean, D+ is the best I'm gonna give it. But yeah, hope you enjoys the review part. Now for my pitch. So my version of A Dog's Purpose is essentially a mix, as a PG-13 movie, and it's essentially a mix of War Horse and something like Edge of Tomorrow. It's not a gritty war movie, but it focuses more on, it doesn't focus on the dog. It focuses on the dog, but it focuses on the dog helping people and doing what he can to help people. Really, in this movie, he only helps like 2 or 3 people. It's kind of like I don't know. Only shows him helping 2 or 3 people. I'll say it's kind of like I wanted this movie to be more of. I love the idea of him over the course of many lives, he comes back to his main owner. But I feel like every time he dies, he went to an owner inside the Midwest. Like, I was a little weird, like, Michigan, then Chicago, and then like, the suburbs, and then Michigan again. And it's kind of like, you could have been a little more creative, bud. That's all I wanted. Just be a little creative. My version of A Dog's Purpose would start off basically the same. The first 45 minutes would start the same, except for in the end, well, not the same. His dad is not a jerk. In the movie, he's a jerk. Spoilers, I guess. I guess I'm going to be spoiling the movie. In the movie, the dad is a big jerk. He constantly is beating on his wife. He's constantly beating on his kid. just not a good dad. But so in my movie, he's a good dad. He cares about his family. He cares about the dog. It's a nice family, and so he gets the dog in my movie when he's about 14, and when he's 15, he goes off into the military. The second, the right when, actually no. I'm going to change that. Same first act, I'll say. Same first act. But instead of going to college, he goes to the military as the dog dies, for the first time. The dog comes back and is like, hey, you're gonna be a military dog. And you're going to, and guess what? You've been assigned to your old owner. But he doesn't know that because you're a different dog. And so, he's kind of like oh, yay, I'm with him again. And it's a little bit of a sweet friendship. And along the way, they get paired up together. The owner's working with the dog. Kind of like, hey, I like this dog. Well, in action, he gets injured and sent home. He's an honorable discharge, and he's allowed to keep the dog because the dog got injured also. But he suffers from terrible, terrible PTSD. And what makes it even worse is that, actually no, he doesn't get dishonorable discharge. I'm making this up as I go, so don't yell at me. He doesn't get dishonorable discharge. He's basically sent to a base in, like, Japan or something. And so he gets put on, he's essentially like, hey, we're going to put you in Japan so you hope you'll get better. It's kind of like we're going to try to make sure you're okay. We'll bring your dog with you, and like after a year or so, the dog dies from its wounds. It's kind of like that whole year is like, will he make it, will he not? It's kind of like a toss-up, and that's where you get your first, like, like that's where you're gonna cry. When he dies, kind of like oh no, that's an awesome dog. And so our main guy's depressed, and he's like not wanting to go on anymore. And so when the dog comes back, he comes back as like one of those dogs that are trained to help soldiers with PTSD. So our main guy, like I said, I want to keep something from my earlier rendition, where the main guy's suffering from PTSD. And he is trying to deal with PTSD. He's suicidal, he's depressed, and he just wants, he's alone. Like, in the original movie, there's a big thing was like loneliness. People are always lonely. The dog's like, hey, I want to help you. And so when he's assigned, the third rendition of the dog is like, hey, I'm here to help you. He's like, great, I don't know you because you're a new dog. And so they're kind of like there's a new friendship bonding. And when he leaves Japan, he leaves the military after his service, he's allowed to take the dog with him. And kind of the ending can play out the same way the ending did, except for a couple things are changed. The only thing that'll change is that his high school girlfriend, she doesn't have another family after they break up. She ends up getting back together with our main guy. And I don't know, I just felt this movie could have been improved, and I don't know, this was a mess of a pitch. I'll try to be a little more organized next time. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed me rambling. Hope, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Let me know what you think. If you've seen A Dog's Purpose, tell me what you thought about it. I want to have a conversation with people. Tomorrow I'm going to be posting a review of, I think I'm going to do Nocturnal Animals. Yeah, I'll do Nocturnal Animals. Nocturnal Animals or Suicide Squad. If people end up getting this far into the video, comment down below. And yeah, hope you subscribe if you haven't. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. See ya!